Drumroll. I want to ask you about the big game this weekend.
Okay, big game.
Okay, so you're back. You're playing. What's up, you guys? It's Katie Austin here, and welcome back to Austin AF. Today, the F stands for football because I have a frickin' Rams player coming into the studio today. Yep, that's right. I got a Rams player just a few days before the Super Bowl, which is kind of crazy. Shout out to Malco. We both have a show with them. And I'm really, really excited to see how he's prepping for the Super Bowl, what it took to get him to where he is now, how he stays so positive. And he's already actually been in the Super Bowl before. He played in 2019 with the Rams against the Patriots. So we're going to ask him about that, if he's feeling nervous, how he's feeling, and what's up. But I just want to say, not only is this weekend the Super Bowl, because some of my listeners might not give a crap about the Super Bowl, but it's also Valentine's Day. How fitting is it for us girls that Super Bowl weekend falls on like Valentine's Day weekend, even though Valentine's Day is Monday, February 14th. But at the same time, that's like kind of when you celebrate it. It's like a Friday or Saturday. At that same note, I am not a huge Valentine's Day like girl when it comes to having Valentine's Day in a relationship. I think the holiday is a little bit overrated. And I think it's a way to kind of sometimes just like show off people's relationships online. So at the end of the day, just remember like it's just a holiday to be like, oh my God, I love you so much. And just to show off your relationship. So if you're feeling down about the holiday coming up, I want you just to focus on yourself and loving yourself, everything about you. It's a day of love. It doesn't have to be a day of relationships and appreciating your partner. It can be about appreciating yourself and your support system, the ones around you, your best friends. My best Valentine's days ever, no offense to my sweet, sweet boyfriend, but my best Valentine's days were spending it with my girlfriend single. Like literally having Valentine's Day and getting drunk with my best friends and cooking a home-cooked dinner. I think that's so, so fun. So if you're feeling down right now, please do not. It's just a day to celebrate loving yourself and loving the people around you as well. So at this day, just make sure you are spending it in a way, that makes you happy. Go out to dinner with your friends, have some girls over as well. So you're just not overthinking the holiday as well, because it can be a holiday that you can definitely overthink. On that note, I just wanted to tell, just really, really fast before Bash comes into the studio, my boyfriend and I got a couples massage for Valentine's Day last weekend because, we're not celebrating a Super Bowl because I'm just like way too busy this week. So we got a couples massage and it was the funniest experience in the entire world. And it was just such a weird spa. Just first up, don't just book a random spa that you find nearest massage near you because that shit can be really weird. Number two, my boyfriend was talking the whole massage. I feel like it just defeats the whole freaking point of a couples massage. He's like asking me questions and like talking to the masseuse. And I'm like, this is so not relaxing. This is not fun for me. Shut up, my boyfriend. I love him so much. So mean, but like, you know what I mean. Anyways, it was a really funny experience. It just doesn't sound as funny as it was, but it really was funny. I just thought it was a great idea to do a couples massage, something like a little different than just like a basic fancy dinner, because I don't really need to do that. Anyways, speaking of dinner and dining, we have the host of Dynabash coming into studio. He's also a Rams player. And because we have an athlete as our guest today, we have Athletic Greens as our sponsor. So you guys can channel your inner athlete. But I'm kind of serious. Because Athletic Greens is a comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients made for just about everybody. And I'm not kidding you guys when I say I have been taking Athletic Greens for a very, very long time. What I love to do in the morning is just take a scoop of Athletic Greens, put the powder in my water, give it a nice stir, or I can put it in my tea as well, put it in my smoothies, my post-workout smoothies. It's just a great way to get so many vitamins and nutrients into your system and good nutrients every single day. Plus, you know what? I don't think it tastes that bad. I think a lot of people think like they see a green powder and they're like, oh man. But trust me, I think it has like this nice vanilla back taste to it. And I've actually highly enjoy it. I also highly enjoy it because I know I'm doing something good for me and my system, my immune system, my health. So that's the best part about it is I know I'm doing something for me and it's quick. It's easy. Just put it in your water. And guess what? Your subscription comes with a year's supply of vitamin D, which is so important to add in these winter months when we don't get as much sunlight. If you guys do not live in Los Angeles, then you are going to need this vitamin D. Plus, for one, they are a climate neutral certified company. And in 2020, they purchased carbon credits that support projects protecting old growth rainforests. We love a company that gives back to the environment as well. well. Additionally, for every purchase, they donate to organizations helping to get nutritious foods to kids in need, including No Kid Hungry here in the US. In 2020, Athletic Greens donated over 1.2 million meals to kids. We also love that as well, as kids are definitely in need all over the world. So what can y'all do from here and for your health? Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you guys have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/AustinAF. One more time, that's athleticgreens.com/AustinAF. So take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Let's welcome in Sebastian Joseph Day. All right, you guys, I am here with Bash. I am so freaking excited that you came in. I know this week is so freaking busy for you too.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. I mean, Malco fam got to be with the Malco.
Absolutely. Shout out to Malco. We both have shows with you guys. And I just want to say where we first met.
Yes, so.
Bless my heart.
You know, we were out here in Delilah enjoying New Year's, you know.
Me drunk as shit.
Listening to some good music, and then next thing you know, it's like we just bumped into each other. I'm like, wait a minute. You have a show with Malco. Like,
yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you have a show with Malco too. Like, oh my God. And hey.
Yeah, and no offense, because I want to say I remember our conversation, but I remember coming in a studio the week after and Christina being like, which is our producer for both shows, being like, I heard you saw Bash this weekend. And I was like, oh my God, I did.
Yeah. And honestly, it was so loud in there. I was shocked that you probably, if she said Bash, I would be surprised. I introduced myself as Sebastian. Hey, I'm Sebastian.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff. So the fact that you remember, you're a real one. Because, you know, we all having a good night.
It was New Year's, by the way, you guys.
The vibes were immaculate.
Yes,
you know,
and I got to meet your fiance that night too.
Yes, you did, Rachel.
How long have you guys been together?
So we've been together for, 7. We're getting married in July, so it's going to be lit. Yeah,
so she has been with you every step of the way.
Yeah, essentially, like, it's so cool. So we actually went to high school together.
No way.
And we were really cool friends. Just, you know, cordial, you know, always was in each other's corner. She went to school at FIT in New York City, Fashion Institute of Technology.
Nice.
Went to Rutgers, and that's like a train ride away. So every time she'd see me in the city, you know, we'd always like just text, nothing like serious. Yeah. But one day, you know, we just hung out, like just really, like just as friends. You know, always respected her as that, and it's kind of happening.
Next thing you know, and she's been there through, you know, college, draft, NFL days.
Everything,
now.
like from me starting, for me getting hurt to just a draft to all of it. Like, it's so funny because with her, you know, when she goes to school for fashion, like, you're not really big into sports or like that. So it's like, so when she first went to the game, she was like, okay, I'm going to this game. Like, okay, like whatever. Like, she went. She's like,
what's this?
Like, what is this? Like, what are all these people here for?
Does she
like, what is this?
Dress like really cute for all the games? Does she really decide her outfits? I feel like that'd be so fun.
She does her thing dressing for the games, and she enjoys it. But honestly, like, one thing I've always loved about her is that, like, and that was one of the biggest things I like kind of like made me know who she was she said to me one day, she was like, because I was going through like a real tough time, I think in college. I think my redshirt sophomore year, and she said to me, like, hey, listen, like, you know, if you don't love it anymore, like, you don't need to play football. Like, just do what makes you happy. And I was like, and in my head, I'm like, damn, like, you're fucking crazy. But you're fucking crazy. Well, I like that because, you know, ultimately, like, you love me for me and like who I am. And I think that's the ultimate goal, right, in life. To
absolutely. There's a lot of women out there, I hate to be stereotypical towards women, but at the same time, like that marry an athlete because they're an athlete, because they think that's like, you know, comes with a lot of money. So that's like so amazing to hear, especially you guys were friends in high school too. It's like to know she's been supporting you since day one. And let's talk about that too. I feel like you have an amazing support system. I read about like your family and everything as well. How has it been like being close to your mom, correct? Right?
Yes.
And your fiance now and everything, and like how much your support system means to you.
So it's amazing. Like, I've just been blessed in the fact that I had 2 parents who, you know, came from a different country, like just started from scratch and just found a way to be successful and like just kind of instill those things the good that they had from their country of Haiti, and just kind of instill it in me and like mix it in with this American culture, right? And taking the good of the American culture and mix it in and just kind of create this fine product of whatever I'm becoming or ultimately going to become. So, you know, huge shout out to my mom and my dad. Huge shout out to Rachel, you know, my sister, My sisters, I got 2 sisters, one older, one younger. Yes, I was the middle child. Crazy. I was in a house with 3 women at one point.
I want to say something.
Wow.
I think guys that have sisters are better boyfriends and partners. And I think that it's a huge statement there. Like my boyfriend has a sister and I just feel like he's so much more like comfortable with like feminine issues and like getting along with women. And it's a way that men look at women in a different light when they have a sister.
No, facts. Because at the end of the day, like when you have a sister, like you love them, you want a man to treat them like, you know, obviously, you know, how you would treat your sister.
Totally.
I mean, not in that weird way, but you know what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, you love your sister. You want them to do the best for your sister.
Absolutely.
Let me fix this up real quick. We're
actually going to cut this together to make it look like you have incestual.
Yeah. Let me fix this real quick. What I just said. So, you know, at the end of the day, you love your sister. You want nothing but the best for her, right?
Yes.
And growing up with women, multiple women, you just kind of like see like the stuff that, you know, they go through, and it's hard, you know, it's tough. Like being a woman's hard. Like no cap. Being a girl's hard. Like all the pressures of social media, like just having to look pretty all the time, makeup, all that stuff. Like women got a lot to deal with, and obviously other lady things that I'm not going to talk about here. But you know what I mean? Like it's a lot. So, you know, me growing up with that, I just found a new appreciation in women, and that's how I treated them. How I treat them, I always just been taught to treat them with respect and love and kindness, and obviously, and that's just the way I live. I
love that. And talking about appreciation, I feel like you just exude gratitude. You know what I mean? Like you're just such a happy person. And I also, thank you. I also read something about you that like every single person you meet, you always have a smile on your face, like constantly. You're very happy.
Yeah.
Have you always been a happy person, and where do you think your positivity comes from?
Okay, so I've always been a happy person. Yeah, honestly.
Loaded questions, but
I've always been a happy person, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Always had mad energy, always been like bubbly and loud, honestly. And what was the second question again? Like
how do you stay so positive, and is there something, you know, that you like?
How do I stay so positive? So honestly, I just try my best just to be optimistic about everything, you know? Like it's something that you kind of gotta always tell yourself in your head, right?
Yeah.
Like, even when shit isn't going right, like you gotta make it go right in your head, or like find a way to change it to make it go right. You know,
it's all about perspective.
It's all about perspective. And I always, the way I operate is this: all right, if something goes wrong, automatically I'm thinking how to fix it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I just take that negative and I try to just flip it. Like you said, perspective. I try to flip it right away, or look for clues to how to like just start working on the problem and fixing it. And then it's essentially, and over time, the problem gets fixed then.
Totally. But what about something like your injuries? Because I know you've had a lot of recent injuries as well. And it's like, you know, it's taking you out of the game. But at the same time, what do you tell yourself? Like, what is that mindset? How did you get through your injuries by staying positive?
Yeah, no. So that was really hard. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty tough because I felt like, honestly, I was having such a good season that I was blown when that happened. But honestly, I'd probably say my support system, my faith. I'm really religious. So my faith with God, my support system, honestly, my mom and dad and Rachel.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I said, just that every day, like taking it just one day at a time.
I like that.
Just taking it one day at a time. I feel like people kind of try to look ahead too much. Like look ahead into the future, look ahead at like, oh, well, this happened to me. Like what's, you know what I mean? Like what's gonna happen?
Absolutely.
Instead, honestly, all you gotta do is take a deep breath, bro, and like think about, okay, like tomorrow's coming up. I gotta get this surgery. I gotta optimize this whole day. So I'm getting surgery. What are the things that I could do to help my recovery process?
For sure.
You know what I mean? And you just take it back like that, one day at a time. I feel like it just builds.
And realizing you can't do that much about it in that moment. Like you can't be better tomorrow. You have to be patient. I think being patient is a huge thing about like being injured.
Facts.
And how is it watching your team play while you're injured? I've always actually wanted that being an athlete. You know what I mean?
Oof, it's not fun. No, it's fun. It's fun when they're obviously whipping ass and doing their thing. But it also is tough because it's like, you know, as a competitor, you want to be out there. You know, like you know what you provide. You know what you give. You know your skill set. So as a competitor, you're like, man, if I was out there, I'd be making this play. I'll do this. And you like see things that like you know, people that just watch football for fun wouldn't see, you know?
For sure.
But like I said, I honestly look at it as a blessing in disguise, you know? Like I got hurt. It gave an opportunity for the guy behind me to go in, and now he's had a great season, right?
Oh, good.
So now that gives him
That's so nice of you.
So now that gives him his flowers.
Yeah.
Shout out to Greg Gaines, you know, shout out to him. He's having a great season. and we're winning, right? We're in the bowl. So
yeah.
So it's like,
You are.
does it suck that I'm not out there, or I haven't been out there for 10 weeks? Yeah, but at the end of the day, another guy got blessed. Was able to
Absolutely
shine, and we're in the bowl. So.
I feel like you're the ultimate hype man too. I don't know anything about you on the field or on the sideline right there. Are you allowed, when you're injured, are you allowed to be on the sideline still?
Yes, I was on the sideline last home game. Yes,
okay.
Last home game. But yeah, you could choose. But some of them I just decided, I'll just stay home from watch. But yeah, I'm a huge Twitter guy. Like during the games,
really? I love
during the games,
that.
I was going crazy on Twitter. I was like, yeah, that's a crazy TD. Woody, yeah. I was going nuts on Twitter. Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Ultimate
I love
hype,
that.
man. Ultimate hype.
Okay, I feel like I want to talk to you about so much, but I especially want to talk to you about this upcoming weekend, the big game.
Yeah.
And I know you've been in this position before.
Yes.
In 2019,
yes.
You played in Atlanta.
Yes, we played in Atlanta.
Against the Patriots.
Against the Patriots. Tom Brady, the GOAT. Yes.
Okay, so you've already been in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
A little different this time, obviously, because you were a rookie that year,
I was
correct?
A rookie,
Which is kind of crazy. Was it crazy to go to the Super Bowl as a rookie?
It was insane. At the time, our team was amazing. We had Jared Goff, we had Woody, we had Cooper was hurt that year. We had Brandon Cooks, Sue, Aaron, Michael Brockers. It was insane. Like the team was legit. Like, as a rookie walking into that, you're walking into like a team full of like Hall of Famers.
Insane.
It was insane. Like my whole defense was like, I had like 4 Hall of Famers on the.
Oh my gosh!
3 Hall of Famers, like about to be Hall of Famers, like Talib, Aaron, Sue.
Yeah.
Like that's nuts. Like, that's unheard of.
And you're in defense, so you're against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. No.
How was that?
No, it was dope. It was really dope just being able to go through that whole process of prep. So with me, honestly, my rookie year was more so like, I don't know if you're familiar with, but college athletes, like when they redshirt.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like that year was honestly so good for me because I was in such an amazing room with like Aaron, Sue, Brock, Dominic Easley, Dante Flower, all first rounders, right? And I was thrusted into that, made the roster. I made the roster with that type of talent, like, and I was just able to legit just digest and soak in all the information that year, right?
And learn so much.
So then just being able to, like you said, even study like going against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, like that's so cool. Like he's a legend. You know what I mean? Like just doing that was amazing. And I think that honestly catapulted me to starting for 3 years for the Rams. So.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And going off what you said, being surrounded by like all these first round picks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I read in an Instagram caption of yours that you were 6th round pick. Okay.
Yeah.
So does that matter? When you are coming into an NFL team,
Mm-hmm.
does that matter? Do you feel like you're the underdog? Do you feel like you deserve to be there?
Mm-hmm.
And how is that feeling when you're surrounded by all these like legend first round picks and you're in quotes a 6th round pick?
Yeah, no, I definitely. So does it matter in the organization? Yes, it does definitely matter in the organization that you're in. It definitely does matter. It just means, I look at it like this, just to make it short and sweet. The later you are, the less opportunities you have to fuck up.
Say that one more time.
So the later you go, the less opportunities you get. So like the less opportunities,
absolutely.
The less opportunities you get to mess up.
Yeah, okay, and you have to prove yourself as well. Like you don't get as many. You're saying you don't get as many opportunities as a first round pick.
Yeah, because the thing is, each team when they draft you for a reason, right? They like you. They think
absolutely.
They see what you got. They see your intangibles. They like what they see. That's why they draft you. But also, I'd be naive to say I'll be lying to everyone here if I said 6th round Sebastian Joseph Day was getting the same amount of ops as 1st round Aaron Donald or 1st round Jared Goff. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what they did in college, obviously what they did in college was totally worth it. Like what they did was they proved that they deserved to be that pick, right?
Totally.
But me, I guess what I did in college, I guess just didn't meet the threshold or satisfy the people of the NFL, what they thought of why I shouldn't have been any higher than 6, right?
Totally. But at the same time, going back to perspective, I sometimes feel like, to play devil's advocate, I'd rather you be in your position because being a first round pick or being like number 1 or 2 in the draft, you have so much freaking pressure on you.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're later, you have a chip on your shoulder and you're working every day to prove yourself to be like, I deserve to be here. I deserve to be here. And honestly, you have a lot less pressure. And I know that sounds, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like those first round picks sometimes when they don't do as well, people just no pun intended, bash on them.
Yeah, no, for sure. And yeah, it is pretty messed up that side of it, because at the end of the day, no one plays this game to be not be good or not perform well, right? So, but no, definitely, I feel like, honestly though, I'd say any draft pick has that pressure on them. But yes, you're right. The first round picks, they get thrown in the ops more. Like they have more ops. They get thrown in the spotlight more. They are more under a microscope. Yes, that's correct. And that's the good and bad kind of,
pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
Absolutely.
Like later, you don't get as many chances, so you can't mess up. Like when you get your chance, make the most. Other way though, if you're a first round pick, you can't be bad. You know what I mean? So it's like, so it's like, you
have to prove you're a first round pick as well.
Pick your poison.
I've always actually wondered too, and then we'll get to the big game because I want to hear how you're prepping and everything, but I've always actually wondered as well because with the NBA, I feel like it's so guaranteed. You sign the contract and you're there for a season, even if you get injured, whatever. I feel like NFL, again, correct me if I'm wrong, you're almost trying out every day because they switch up and drop people. Is that like really affect on your mental health? Because I'm a huge NBA fan, and so I know like the contracts are guaranteed more than NFL.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, definitely it does, but you know what? Honestly, I try my best not to think about it because if you think about it, you drive yourself crazy. But you know what I mean? You'll drive yourself crazy. Like you just gotta continue to play, like to play and remember why you love it and why you're doing it. But yes, no, there's so many interesting things with contracts, especially when you're like on a rookie contract, there's a rookie contract and there's a second contract. Like your rookie contract, if you get hurt in 2 years, you could get split. So if you get it split, you get a certain amount of money, not all the money it's crazy. It's so much
many
stuff.
clauses.
So much jargon, so many clauses.
Read the fine print.
Girl, I'm telling you.
Well, for you have a lot of other things on rather than football too. You have your own freaking show, your personality. You were big on TikTok during the pandemic. You're on Twitter. You're live tweeting. Like your personality.
I'm all right. I wouldn't say that. I just think I'm myself, and I just try to be myself and try to just be authentic. I just try to be my authentic self, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
I think everyone likes it. You were just featured in LA Times, correct? For Dynabash, which is a Malka show, and you co-host on Hotboxing.
Yes, I do. Huge shout out to Dynabash. Huge shout out to the Dynabash team, all the guys that film it, produce it. Y'all are awesome. Yes, we were featured in the LA Times. It was such an awesome write-up. Shout out to Jen Harris for doing that. And she was on the show as a guest. And Hotboxing, that's been such an experience. Shout out to Mike Tyson because shout out to Mike, man. Iron Mike. That's been one hell of an experience. It's been so fun. Hilarious. So many hilarious moments, but it's been cool.
I have a really out there question.
Okay.
And I don't know if you don't want to answer, it's fine. But that show is about smoking weed, correct?
Yes,
and you come into the office and they just filmed, and I'm not saying you're smoking the weed, but it smells like weed in the room because that's the point of the show. Hotboxing, you guys, come on.
Yeah.
Does the NFL like that you're associated with something like that, or does it matter? Is weed legal in the NFL now?
Oh yes, well weed is illegal. But the thing is, I don't smoke.
Right.
I'm not smoking. I don't smoke. I'm legit just here to help Mike co-host the show.
Got it, because your personality, of course.
Your personality. Like I'm just here because I'm helping him co-host, helping him smooth through the parts, through the parts. So
I'm the most anxious person that I'd be like, I'm so anxious that I would literally be like, oh my gosh, all these fumes are getting into me. It's gonna get in my system.
No. Wait, it's so funny. Like I remember the first time I was like, oh man, I was like, nah, I'm still. I make sure I'm opposite. And you'll see every show I'm like opposite of Mike. Like, I'm my 6 feet distance. Like nothing's getting. I'm not enjoying the aromas.
Don't inhale as they exhale.
I'm not doing none of that, NFL. I know you see. I'm not doing none of that. So your boy's clean. You know what I mean?
We wanted to clear the waters here.
Clear the waters. I ain't doing anything. But shout out to Mike, man. It was awesome. It's been awesome, the ride, just being able to do that. And it's honestly helped me like work on
I'm
what
sure.
I'm passionate about for sure.
Absolutely.
That's honestly a lot more freestyle than it is like Dynabash. Dynabash is more formatted.
Okay, so in Dynabash, you go to different restaurants and you try food and you talk to the owners and the chefs and everything. What made you want to do that type of show?
So my parents have a Haitian background. My mom and dad actually first met in the hotel business. My dad is now an engineer at the Trump International.
Wow.
So since my dad like worked his way through that, he became friends with all these chefs.
So cool.
It was kind of cool. He got to like eat with some of the best chefs and like just invite him because he's an engineer. So he's always in nice meetings with all of them and all that stuff. So now he kind of had affinity for food. What he does is he brings it home, kind of like the hills to watch how they make it, kind of teach us what it is. And it's like different dishes, not just Caribbean Haitian dishes. Like it'll be like from France or from, some Italian or, something from Spain, like just different type, like duck, like just all different types.
Tried everything.
Tried everything. So my palate's always been kind of big. So I always had a passion for food. And then obviously I'm really big on giving back. And I saw the pandemic like really affect restaurants. And I actually donated and I hosted an Instagram live to donate, to give money back to them and buy food to give back to the homeless and also help the restaurant out.
It's amazing.
And I realized, I was like, yo, why am I throwing money out? Like obviously, it's a positive thing that I'm throwing money out, but also I can make this so much bigger. Why don't I just highlight these amazing restaurant owners and tell their story? Because at the end of the day, like, you go to restaurants, it's good. And if it is really good, you go back, but what really connects people? Food and also getting to know who they are as individuals. Right?
Absolutely. It's a social, it's cultural.
It's a cultural,
yes.
Exactly. I was thinking wow, why don't I tell people their stories and make them have that empathy, be able to relate to them and see that, these restaurant owners are just like you and I.
I love that.
You and I, and they just followed their dreams and this is how it came about and boom.
It's kind of like sports too, because when you watch a game and you don't know any of the players' stories, you're like, whatever. It's kind of like a restaurant. When you know the restaurant's story, it makes you enjoy the food. It makes you enjoy the game, whatever it is more. I love a story touch as well. And now I have a quick ad break because I want to talk to you guys about another thing that will keep you hydrated to, again, channel your inner athlete. Or if you guys have watched or listened to Austin AF before, you guys have taken note of one of my favorite hangover hydration mixes that you guys can put in your water to make sure you're staying hydrated as you drink alcohol as well. Or if you guys are working out a lot, you're sweating a lot. So right now I am putting in my water an LMNT. It's a drink electrolyte hydration mix with 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium, and my favorite flavor is the watermelon salt. They also have a lot of different flavors as well. But I just read you guys all those nutrients. And again, you guys can just put it in your water, stay hydrated. What I like to do is actually drink it right before my cocktails or right after or in between as well to stay hydrated. Or it's a great replenishment after a workout when you've been sweating a lot. You really do need that sodium. So make sure to check out LMNT. I actually have a really great deal for you guys. And when I mean a really great deal, you guys can actually try LMNT for free. Yes, that's right, for free, baby. All you guys got to do is go to drinklmnt, like the letters, drinklmnt.com/AustinAF for their free sample pack now. Cheers and stay salty, everybody. Now, drum roll. I want to ask you about the big game this weekend.
Okay, big game.
Okay, so you're back. You're playing.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm back, something like that, But Thursday, yeah. I'm pretty confident that I'll be back, yeah.
Amazing. Okay. So,
fingers crossed, everything goes well.
How are you preparing this week besides being in the Austin AF studio?
Tons of film, tons of studying, and just that's it, really. That's all. It's simple as that. Just hard work. Just studying the film, studying plays, studying, tendencies, things like that.
Do the players, even the big players, like say OBJ, Von Miller, did they get nervous?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't really know. I can't give you that. There's never a time I've ever seen Aaron nervous, AD nervous. I've never seen Aaron nervous. Or if he was nervous, he used it as aggression or used it in a positive sense. It's like
he's so good.
Yeah, he's so good.
Such a
what I mean? Like, and Vaughn, Vaughn's unreal. OBJ is unreal. You know, just adding those additions to our team. Like our team's already stacked. Like think about this. So like we went 6-1. Then I got hurt, and then we added them.
Yeah,
we lost one game. So I was like, it's like, yo, like what? Like it was
two biggest names in NFL too.
Yeah,
like,
Vaughn
are you
and
kidding?
OBJ, like, it's
How
crazy.
is Vaughn? Because I know you're both on the defensive side as well.
Yeah.
How has it been working with him?
Oh, it's been amazing. Vaughn is amazing, man. A pro's pro, and he has so much knowledge. You know, think about him. Like, bro, he's a Super Bowl MVP, a Super Bowl champ. So like, he just brings like a whole like different like swagger.
Yeah,
and like he's been there before. Like he just knows how to lead the room and just lead men, like just lead dudes, and not be like too aggressive with it, but also just know exactly what to say, you know? So shout out to Vaughn.
Hard.
Shout out to Vaughn Miller, yo. Shout out to my dog. Whoop, whoop. And OBJ is great. Great. Like works hard, comes in every day, grinds, like, you know, weight room, like he grinds.
Yeah.
Like so it's like these are great dudes. Like the system is just
I'm happy for him going to a Super Bowl. Very, very happy. He definitely deserves it. What is the locker room like before a Super Bowl? As you've been there before, you probably know the vibes a little bit. What do you think is going to be said? Is there music blasting?
Yeah, so usually, you know, before any game, music is blasting. I remember, actually, that's a great question. That's a really great question that you asked. So I remember Super Bowl 2018. I remember music was blasting, but dudes were just so locked in,
like silent,
like
maybe
silent,
like
dudes weren't even like, usually, you know, I remember like all year, like dudes were like, you know, they have music and they like, you know, getting crunk, like, you know, in their vibe and stuff like that. But dudes were locked, like.
Honestly, me relating this back to myself, back to me. No.
Really.
But like when I have a really, really big interview, like I actually hosted at the Super Bowl that exact weekend, and I couldn't speak to anyone before. I was like, don't speak to me. Like not in a way that's like, don't talk to me. I think I'm that important.
You needed to.
Yeah, you got to like, focus. You got to be in your own, like you got to think about it. You can't really lose that focus because if you start talking to someone and then you just like start overthinking, you have to just really focus.
It's true. It's so true. And honestly, before any Dynabash and anytime I do hotboxing, like even on the drive here, I was just kind of like, I had some silence in the car, like just thinking about like reading, like just thinking about the prompt I read, and like you need that because people don't get it. Like you just don't. Like it's like a game, you just don't go out there and do it. Like,
no,
it's like a game. Honestly, you just don't.
And how much it takes out of you when I have 2 back-to-back shows that are like, you know, reading ads, hour-long things. I cannot talk to anyone like an hour before, an hour after because I'm like, my brain is so freaking overstimulated that I need silence. Don't talk to me.
No, facts. And you just talked for like. 2 hours, so it's like, all right, I just need to like chill out in bed.
It's hard, man. So I can't even imagine the Super Bowl. We're not only thinking like that, but your body is just taking a beating as well. Yeah. It's crazy.
It is, but it's beautiful though. There's
beauty in the pain.
Yeah, beauty in the struggle. You know, method to the madness, kind of. You know.
Yeah. What do you guys eat before the game? I've been dying to know.
Okay, what I eat before the game. So this is what I do. Like. The home games, what I'll do is I'll do like spinach scrambled eggs. I'll do like a little bit of white onion in there or some onion in it, and then I have like two pieces of wheat bread and some jelly, and that's it. I don't eat much.
Yeah,
because I can't. Like but I put a little something in there, and I just pound Pedialyte. This, like all the, you know, right stuff, all the stuff.
Absolutely. I feel like I would be pooping my pants before the Super Bowl. You know, that pregame poop, that will get you.
I'm fucking dead.
You know it's true.
She said pregame poop. Hey, yo, shout out to the pregame poop, though. You know the vibes.
It's so true, though. I remember big games. I played in the Coliseum. I was a college athlete as well. I played in the Coliseum, and I was like pooping my pants before that game. I can't even imagine the Super Bowl, dude.
No, don't count. You ain't lying, though. That's so funny you said that shit. But no, I legit... I get to the stadium, I hit the little poop. then you know, but this is the trick. Then
I want to know the trick.
Yeah, the trick. So you poop before as soon as you enter the stadium, go there, handle your business, leave, go do pregame warm up, come back, poop. obviously, then you like, oh, I'll put on these pads though.
Yeah.
Let me not fuck around and be in a stall like this.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine.
So you got to make sure, before you even put on the pads but there's always that one time that even though you did do it before you put on the pads, and then you gotta take off all the gloves, everything. Like, shit. But yeah, that's so funny you said that. That's hilarious.
Gotta take off the gloves. Gotta wipe.
Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck on the show. You know what I mean? Y'all tuning in, you know the vibes. You know what I mean?
Gotta get that clickbait.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay, one last question about the Super Bowl. What is your best hype song that is gonna get you pumped up?
Ooh, that's a good
Besides Silence, what are you listening to?
Dang, what am I listening to?
It could be an artist too, or like what type of song, you know what I mean?
What type of song? I'm honestly playing that new Gunna Drip Season 4, Pushing P.
I like that song. I know that song. I only know that song because of TikTok.
Yeah. Shout out to TikTok, you know what I mean? Pushing P over here. Shout out to Gunna.
That's freaking hilarious. Yeah. Okay, shoot, I have one more question.
Okay, what's up? How
are you going to celebrate after you win the Super Bowl?
Well, after we play the Bengals, and it'll be a hard-fought game, and they're a great team, and, if we do all the right things, hopefully we win, which I truly believe we will. Just gotta be humble. Can't say we're gonna win right away. But honestly, I'm just gonna live in the moment. Like, it's gonna be so surreal, because as a child, like when you play ball, this is what you play for, and I can't honestly describe it. I don't even want. If I think about it,
it makes me emotional.
Oh shit! It's crazy. So I don't know. I'm just gonna just live in the moment. I'm gonna be so happy though.
Yeah, take a lot of deep breaths. Look around. I feel like just. Oh man, it's gonna make me emotional thinking about it. Just like something you work for your entire life and you made it. It's so crazy to think about.
And young, I'm young.
So young.
I'm only 4 years in. That's young.
And I know a game lasts 4 hours. It's gonna go by in a blink of an eye. So just looking around, taking a deep breath anytime you can, and realizing, holy shit, I'm here.
Yeah,
wild,
exactly.
Wild. Well, thank you so much, and I'm so excited, looking forward to seeing you play this weekend.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me as your
Keep it in the Malka fam. Where can they find your shows?
So Dynabash you could find easily on YouTube. All you gotta do is type in Dine, the big letter N dash. And or follow on Instagram. You know the vibes,
Hell yeah. Thank you so much. And go Rams!
Yes, go Rams.
See you guys next week. Bye guys.